Yo, Wolfden, what's up? All right, buy or don't. I love that the comments are already rolling. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. That's the only way people are gonna know we're here. I only post this in small channels. People find their way to these channels either through coming to YouTube and clicking through the description, or stumbling onto the channel and coming to the YouTube. No refunds. It's right there in the chats. No refunds. You do not get your time back. And if you send me all your money, you don't get that back either. Hoping my next sales call plays Ghosty with me so I can tune in. Yeah, just pretend like your internet's down or cell service or something. Okay. So let's kick this off. I was not planning on going public today, but this is how crypto works. This is the DeFi space. I'm in one time zone. All our developers are in a completely different time zone. So I wake up and boom, things are done that was not expecting to be done. And I'm going to share some of that with you. So let's go through the basics. Night, we're cruising. Dipped below 20 million in TVL. Let me make sure that you can see what I see here. Dipped below 20 million TVL, and just giving you guys some insight. This is a direct byproduct of a few things. One, the market, we'll talk about in a minute. So, like, there's a good amount of $500,000 in BTC and Bitcoin BNB here. So if Bitcoin draws back 10% and BNB draws back 10%, right, the TVL goes down because the assets, the value of the assets go down. Now what's going to happen is once the market turns around, which November, December, January, like, the market's going to do market things. So this is I haven't looked at the data. This likely is not less assets being stored. It's just that the market is dampy, and that's okay. That happens. Show us your face. No, nobody wants to see my face. Come to Dallas, you see my face. Right, so I have no issues with this. We're still sitting 3x over pre-sale price. If anybody's worried about this, GTFO, get the fuck out. I've told people many times, I'm not even considering price until it's well under 50 cents for a DEX token like this. So that's night. We're cruising. We're adding another raid. We're adding a huge project tomorrow. It's actually it's been trending #1 on CMC for weeks now. I'm going to help them with some stuff. They're phenomenal marketers. They got a great product. So I'm going to help them structure some stuff. And they're going to have a farm and a raid pool here. Their volume is through the roof. Their price action is killer. It'll be really good for night, and it'll be really good for this token. And we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep finding good projects, and we're going to make them better projects, not from a technical standpoint, but relieving sell pressure and kind of providing a lot of liquidity, making them safe to trade on, all that stuff. So let's look at Wolf Pups here. This is the one we're looking at today. So Wolf Pups has been on a rip. The reason it's been on a rip is because we've gotten closer and closer and closer. Let me show you this. To the NFT farm, the NFW farm being live, okay? And you need Wolf Pups. Let me show you how this works if you are new to this world. Let me show you how this works. This is the new wizard UI. Looks beautiful. I believe this will be this will probably be the top NFT platform on all of BSC, in large part because of this farm here. So this is how you get a Wolf Pup. You stake a ton of Wolfies here, all right? And you stake them for 18 days. You lose 20% of your Wolfies, but it doesn't matter because Wolf Pup is so valuable in our ecosystem. Like, it's going to unlock so many things, and it's going to be the only way to get to move up the tiers. So you stake Wolf Pups. You can see here we got $500,000 in Wolf Pups in Wolfies staked here. All right, so people go, no sell pressure. How is this? Is this a freaking honeypot? What's going on? No, a lot of this price action is due to the utility in Wolfies, right? Like, Wolfies represents something. The price is irrelevant. People do not care about the price. all they want is a wolf pup NFT. That's it. The price of Wolfies doesn't matter. They just need enough of them to get one of these. This is what we keep trying to tell projects and holders is if you focus on the price, you're going to damp the price. The fastest way to destroy the price of a token is to focus on it. Because all people are going to do is stare at the price, which means there's only two behaviors you can take when you stare at the price. Buy more or sell it. Those are the only two behaviors that are informed by staring at price. Buy or sell. Okay? But if they want something that represents something more important than the price, they don't care about the price anymore, they stop selling. They just buy enough to get the thing that they want. Okay? So a majority of this isn't on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap right now. It's a $52 million market cap. And price action is favorable. And that's a large part due to our ecosystem, but we made the front door this NFT, and the only way to get it is to yield it. So one of the reasons we yield it for 18 days is you don't get in our ecosystem unless you're patient enough to stake something for 18 days and wait. It's really important to us. We want patience. So we've had a bunch of these. Now here's the cool thing. Here's what I want to share with you guys today. Well, this user interface, first of all. But if we go here, okay, so if we go to, I believe it's NFT shop, right? And we go over to, this has a lot of cool features like these hearts, and this is going to be like a viral thing, because other projects, when they see the power of the farm, they're going to want NFTs here, and they're going to get their holders and their groups to come and participate over here. But we go to imported collections, and here we go. So if you have farmed a wolf pup, now if you bought a wolf pup from our old marketplace, we still have to airdrop it to you. We will do that soon. Okay. But if you have farmed a wolf pup, you can now come to wizard.financial/marketplace, or just wizard.financial, and then click on the NFT shop. Go to imported collection. Okay, so you're going to go import other NFTs, and the collection address is in the Discord. All right, and we could post it in the Telegram as well after I do this video and people understand what's going on. Probably get a medium walkthrough from Doc Kev. And you can now import it here. First, it'll show up as just a wizard logo as it loads. And then in a couple minutes, it'll show up as once this loads, it'll show up as the Wolf Pup NFW. Of course, you could put it on sale. That would be silly. If you put this on sale and you don't understand the ecosystem, what I will do is I will either just buy it or I will probably just undercut it. Okay. So you want to get ahead of yourselves and kind of do things you don't understand. Like there's no floor for this. There's no established market for this outside of the farm. Turning around and selling this right now would be silly, not because I don't want you to sell it, but because that's just not a good investor move. So do whatever you want, but we got this. If you have farmed your wolf pup, you can now go import it and view it here. You could put it on sale if you wanted to, but more importantly, we can now track all of our holders. So we can airdrop, we can create, stake your wolf pup, get this reward. We can finally do all of that because we have the wolf pups. We can load them. We can make sure you can see them and all that stuff. So you're going to go import other NFTs. You'll paste the address right here. The address is in the Discord. It will be in a Medium article following this, and we'll put it in the Telegram. Okay, so wolf pups are live. What that means is the next farm, you're going to be able to stake 5 wolf pups or 10 wolf pups. At 5, you're going to have to stake them for much longer. 10 is shorter, and you will get a silver guard. Let me show you what a silver guard looks like. You guys want to see a silver guard? Let me see if I can make this easy here. This is what a silver guard looks like. And these all tell a story, and it'll all make sense. And what's going to happen is a whole bunch of people are going to get impatient and bail or try to sell their stuff off, and that's fine. Because you're going to miss. Well, once you see what the rewards are, everybody's going to be pissed. People are, well, if I would have known, then I would have been more patient. Why didn't you tell me? Because we didn't want to. That's why. So this is Silver Guard NFW. That's the next one. You're going to need 5 wolf pups to yield it over about 30 or 40 days. You need 10 wolf pups to yield it in just a few days. You're going to want multiple of these if you're in an ecosystem. If you're not in an ecosystem, you probably don't want these. They're not going to, you don't turn around and flip them. You can try to flip them. It's probably not going to work because they can be yielded, and we track all this stuff. So 5 wolf pups, 10 wolf pups. Now, when you stake your wolf pups, it'll be partially redeemable, meaning you will stake 5, you'll get your Silver Guard, and then you will get 3 or 4 of your wolf pups back. Partially redeemable, which means you redeem 80 to 90% of your original stake. What this does is this keeps them in circulation. This prevents 1 or 2 or 3 people from hoarding all the wolf pups, staking for all the Silver Guards. It keeps them in circulation. So you cannot move up the food chain without giving up a wolf pup and putting it back into circulation, and either restaking for it again or allowing somebody else in. There are a limited supply of all these, right? I think there's only 400 wolf pups total. 400 wolf pups total. Will there be another version of it with a higher supply? Maybe. So that's how this farm works. You stake, you'll be able to take these Silver Guardians here, and you will be able to get what is called a Golden Guardian. I'll show you a Golden Guardian. If you guys want to see a Golden Guardian. I always got to fix my screen here. My screen is too big for the software to pick up the whole thing. So Golden Guard, you're going to want a couple of these, and the last one's the Ultra Premium. Ultra Premium, very, very few people will ever get an Ultra Premium. So that again, there's a story here. It will be revealed later on, but like I said, so few people will ever get an Ultra Premium that the value will be insane. Insane value on Ultra Premium. The rewards will be insane. The access will be insane. It's built so that maybe we had our dire wolves. They'll probably get there. Maybe 10 people, maybe 15 ever get an Ultra Premium. And I'm seeing if I have a version for you. I don't think I have a version to show you. So we're finally moving on the marketplace. And again, I'm just scrolling really quick trying to find. Some of you have seen the Ultra Premium. There's a Crystal Wolf and a Diamond Wolf, and they are very well done. They were done by the graphic guy that did the Witcher 4 video games, Witcher 3, Witcher 4. Very, very well done. So that's in large part Wolfies. The value of Wolfies will probably continue to just get driven up because you cannot get into the NFW ecosystem without Wolfies. Right? Again, the price becomes irrelevant if the thing that it unlocks is so valuable that people just want to earn their way in. What else do we have going on here? We have another red day in the market. Bitcoin damping down to 60. It's funny that people think $60,000 Bitcoin is the end of the world. Like a month ago, it was 33 grand. That's the market for you. That's humans. But of course, in this sea of red, we have this oasis of green called Guardian. It's almost like there was a plan. So we got Guardian, nice and green again. This is where our ecosystem will continue to stand out. It's when everything is green, nothing really stands out. It's all hype. When everything goes red, the things that stay green stand out in a very huge way. This is why you don't need to hype all the time. There's this example of an expert mountain climber and an amateur mountain climber, and you can barely tell them apart when the weather is nice, when the conditions are favorable, and then when the storm rolls in, it's very, very obvious who the professional is, right? Because the amateur is basically about to die and the professional's crushing it. Markets are the same way. We are built, the Wolfden is built not to try to prove we're better than everybody in good conditions, because it's wasted time. Nobody can tell. Everything's green. Nobody can tell. We are built so that when the storm rolls in, it is very obvious where the best place to be is. And you're probably going to be late because you were chasing everything else, and that's okay. So just understand, why, when marketing, Let's go on a shill raid, yada, yada, yada. That is a bunch of amateurs trying to look like professionals amongst a bunch of professionals, amongst a bunch of other amateurs trying to look like professionals. It's not the game we're playing. We're just going to wait for winter to roll in. We're preparing for it, and it's on the other end of a bull market that the highest quality, the highest amount of expertise, the most competence shows through. And that's what we're building for. And frankly, if we're not the most competent on the other end of the market, then you shouldn't be continuing to roll with us, right? I don't want our marketing to carry us. I want our competence to carry us. That's how we're built. And if our competence is not enough, so be it. We're not going to lie and make up stories and pay for billboards to try and convince you of our competence. We will either be competent or we won't for years and years and years. Okay, I hope that makes sense. How much is a wolf pup right now? I don't know. No idea. A bunch of wolfies. So to get a wolf pup, and there's an article. You can drop in the Discord or the Telegram. You stake a bunch of wolfies. NFT ecosystem. I'll tell you how much a wolf pup is right now. Some number of wolfies. So boom. So your stake, right? So if you want one NFT, you need 462 million wolfies, right? It's probably about 9 BNB. So if it costs you 10 BNB to stake, you would get 8 BNB back after 18 days. You get 8 BNB back of wolfies, and so you get 80% of your wolfies back and an NFT. That 20% gets burned. So if you go to the Wolfies contract, I'll show you this real quick. This is an entire ecosystem, and it basically supports itself. I'm always very confused by all the hypey stuff, but it's just not my style. If you go to holders, 99.95% of the supply has been burned. So we do all this stuff, and we just burn. So people buy it. They stake, they get 80% of their wolfies back, 20% gets burned. All right, creates a very stable price, a little bit of a supply shock. So there's articles. If you go to how to stake for a wolf pup, eventually this will be the front door. This will be the only way to get into the Wolfden, will be to have a wolf pup NFT, right? Which is why people are probably stocking up on them. And of course, once everything's built, they can turn around and they can sell. So people can sell you their wolf pups so you can get access to something. Almost like a marketplace or something. Can we buy homes in Tennessee with wolfies? No. Let me tell you why, and I know you know. Let me tell you how I can tell. So I yesterday we talked to my partner Dan, talked to Sir Mix-a-Lot, who's brilliant, by the way, and he was like, he's brilliant. He understands business really well. He's like, all these things that all these crypto people are saying don't make any sense because blah, 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 blah. And it made me happy that somebody that's not in crypto but very successful in an entertainment industry sees what I see, which is if you pay an influencer in tokens, for example, you are saying, hey, promote this, but the only way that you can recognize your gains is to dump on the people that you just told to buy this. Right? An ethical human is not going to do that. That's why I don't like influencers. I'm going to say, hey, let me give you $80,000 of Guardian to promote this. They're going to promote it, and then they're going to sell their Guardian to realize their gains, to take profit. That's just not ethical. Unfortunately, most people aren't even smart enough to realize that's what's happening. Okay, another example is when you say, hey, look, you can buy real estate with Kishu. That's not a good thing for the holders. What on earth? What, lack of understanding is necessary to think that somebody that has, let's say, $2 million of Kishu, which means they're probably a diamond-handed holder, them buying a home with Kishu is taking the token out of a diamond-handed holder and giving it to somebody that has to sell it in order to realize their gains, to pay their fees. There's realtor fees, all this stuff. Right? So to me, it's amazing that people go, hey, look, you can buy a house with Kishu and think that's good news for holders. It would only be good news if you could only buy homes, like you can only get wolf pups with wolfies. If the only way to buy this house was Kishu, which means somebody would first have to buy Kishu in order to pay for the house, that could be a benefit. It would at least drive volume. But to say, hey, you can pay for this a million different ways, and one of them is Kishu. Did you just say Sir Mix-a-Lot? Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot is, he's coming to our, he wants to come learn about crypto. So he's paying to be at our event in Seattle in January. Slowly, I know some of you, First Form, who I know is PD, so I just doxed him. As you realize who our friends are, the ecosystem starts to make a lot more sense. But I will never use, I haven't, and I will probably eventually. I've never used our real world reputation to convince people to buy things in crypto. But as you get in the Wolfden, you start to learn who our friends are. And then hopefully you feel like you made a good decision. Maybe not. So, saying you can now buy a house with Kishu is like, cool. So there's a $2 million dump coming soon. That's the only behavior that is informed, and that is the only outcome. Like, nobody's going to go buy Kishu in order to buy a house. Why would they make it 10 times more complicated to buy a house? It's just a more convenient way if you already have Kishu that you probably were not going to sell, but now it's going to be sold because the realtor, the homeowner, and the bank don't want the Kishu. They just want the freaking cash because that's how they operate. So, Amazon now accepts Kishu or Floki or whatever. Like Dogecoin's a good example. Cool. Unless they're building a treasury of Kishu or Floki or Dogecoin, all you're doing is increasing the sell pressure. You're taking people that have Dogecoin, buying something on Amazon, and all that's happening in the background is it is immediately getting sold for market price. How is that good for holders? Right? It's good for hype. Everybody that argues with me, because I bring that up and people argue with me, they are hype machines. They're not good investors. They're not they're certainly not strategic business people. They're hype machines. They want to go to their uncle or mom or brother and say, see, I told you this was legit. They're more concerned about being legit than making good business decisions or good financial decisions, which is fine. Just know that you're doing it. Totally an ego thing. We have business owners, some of them are here right now listening, that have been bugging me about, man, I know there's a way I can take Wolfies, I could take Guardian, let me help me set this up so I can accept Wolfden assets as payment. No, accept BNB as payment, and if you want Wolfies or Guardian to pair in your base case, buy them. That way, it's better for all of the holders. Right? So when Amazon lists a pair of sunglasses for $30 and you can buy it in Floki, what they want is $30. They will convert, because that's what it's listed as, they will convert the Floki to dollars, $30, because that's what they want. Right? So I want people that want Guard and Wolfies to accept BNB and then buy Guard and Wolfies. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps you understand, like, a lot of this marketing, a lot of this hype is people are always confused. But we got a central exchange listing. Why the price damp down? Well, because you had a token with 20% tax and nobody wanted to sell it because of the tax. They would be like they're in profit, but with the tax and transaction fee, they'd be about a break even, so they're holding. When you list on a central exchange and remove the tax, you have removed the barrier not just to buy, but also to sell. A market is not a product or service. A product or service is like the easier it is to buy, the better. People will buy it, and they'll buy it, and they'll buy it, and they'll buy it. And if they have buyer's remorse, sometimes they get a refund. But guess what? That refund does not hurt the other people that bought it. In a market, right, you make it easier to buy, so people make impulse buys. If they have buyer's remorse and they sell it, it directly hurts the other people that bought it. Hopefully this makes sense. This is why marketers are wrecking themselves and everybody else in crypto. They are not financial experts. They do not understand ecosystems or markets or complex systems in general. So they take these concepts that did okay in marketing, try to apply it to crypto, and everybody's confused. Why isn't this working? Again, you can buy my widget at the grocery store. I made it super easy. I talked you into it. You go home and you go, I can actually sell this for more than I bought it. So you have a garage sale and you sell it for more than you bought it. That doesn't make everybody else's widget less valuable. Right? The market, it does. There's a direct impact on everybody else. So all the things you think are a good idea, if you're not considering, it's not confusing at all why things damp down. It's also not confusing at all if you really use a little bit of brain power here to understand why something like this does not damp down. It's not a mystery. I don't create sell pressure. If I said you could buy a house with Wolfies, I'm creating sell pressure. Somebody buys a house with Wolfies, that real estate agent's going to sell $500,000, $1 million of Wolfies. And everybody's going to be like, what? But that announcement was huge. Shouldn't we be pumping up? No. Not if you understand how things work. So hopefully that makes sense. This is my plan as business owners, or this is my business treasury. Yeah, we do have a business treasury program. We do. And I think it's great, obviously. But we don't necessarily want people to accept Guardian and Wolfies, because you know what I know? I know it's really hard to buy crypto, and regular people aren't going to do it. And if we have them pay an Ethereum or BNB, maybe they'll figure it out. But regular people are not going to go, I want these sunglasses, and go learn how to use Pancake Swap so they can buy some sunglasses. They're just going to use PayPal. So you're not bringing new people into the market. All you're doing is you're taking people that already have the token and you're allowing them to buy stuff, which means you are creating sell pressure off of assets that otherwise were not about to be sold. Right? It's you can buy a house with Floki. The only people that will ever buy a house with Floki at this point are people that already have the Floki. Nobody's going to go, this seems like a way easier way. Let me figure out how to buy Ethereum, wait 7 days, figure out how to use Uniswap, account for the tax, or sign up for Gate.io and do KYC. And that's the longest path. It's the most complicated path. So being able to buy a home does not bring new participants into the market. It just takes Floki out of the hands of existing participants. So hopefully that makes sense. That's all my opinion. That is not financial advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. If you listen to me, you're probably going to end up living in homeless, living in a van down by the river. That's my disclosure. It's recorded. It's archived. Do not listen to me. I'm just sharing my random thoughts. So none of this is mysterious. People look at our stuff and how is this possible? It's not mysterious at all. It's not mysterious at all. They look at Floki or Kishu or Shiba and they're like, well, all this publicity, how is this possible? How's it going down? What the fuck else is it going to do when you give people so many ways to sell it? You're not giving people any reason to enter Kishu or Floki. Being able to buy a house is not a reason to enter Floki. You're just giving people more compelling reasons to dump it. I wonder why it's dumping. So, hope that makes sense. That's my rant for the day. Really just wanted to share this marketplace. It is beautiful. We're gonna get our next farm up. It'll be wolf pups. So 5 wolf pups for or 10. 5 wolf pups over a short amount of time, or 10 wolf pups over a long amount of time for a silver guard. Silver guard unlocks more stuff. Golden guard, and then ultra premiums. Ultra premiums are we got a crystal wolf and a diamond wolf, and again, made by the Witcher 3 video game guy, and they are amazing. They will be very hard to get. And we got to the event. I'm leaving on Thursday. I travel Thursday. We have an event with a huge reveal. It will be by far the largest undertaking. I'm not typically intimidated, but it's one of those things where you're like, we should probably launch this out and get momentum before we talk ourselves out of doing this, because this is a big undertaking. I know PD is here. He's involved in it. Brandon Straza might be here. He's involved in it. And if you are at the event on Friday and Saturday in Dallas, you will see what we're working on and have an opportunity to participate if you want. I think that's all I got. Yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Appreciate you guys. If this was useful, share it. And, thumbs up and all that stuff. And I'll catch you guys. I probably won't be live public again unless the developers come up with some new random thing in the middle of the night that I discover in the morning. Probably won't be live public again until next week, and then mostly going to be private.